Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. So I gotta say, I was legitimately fooled when I came across Shelby Church's new video, okay? For those that aren't aware, CBC makes these videos called Millennial Money, where they follow the lives of millennials and their spending habits and where all their money goes and how they waste it. But guess what? Shelby Church did a Millennial Money on herself. In fact, it's so good that I had no idea this was not a Millennial Money until I realized that it's posted on her channel and not CBC Make It. So, with that said, I want to comment on it because right off the bat, I'm going to read you the title, Living on $980,000 a Year in Seattle, Washington. Wait for it, Millennial Money. And you might notice a problem there. The problem is that she didn't make an extra $20,000. Why not? At that point, we got to set up a GoFundMe, give Shelby Church another $20,000, then she could say she's made $1 million in a year in Seattle, Washington. So with that said, you guys, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'm going to give you my own feedback on how Shelby Church saves and spends $980,000 a year. Enjoy.
I never imagined that YouTube would become as lucrative of a career as it has for so many people. My name is Shelby Church. I'm 28, living in Seattle, and you're watching Millennial Money.
Oh man, it's so good. That's the thing. CNBC should hire her legitimately to go and just film one Millennial Money a month. That's it. Just hire her out for 2 days. Have her do all the editing. This is fantastic. She should be training other people on how to do this. Some of the other Millennial Monies, the audio's kind of not that good. The frames are off. The color correction just isn't there. This is fantastic. Let me show you even more.
If you guys have never seen Millennial Money, it's a documentary series by CNBC where they show how much money people make and how they budget it.
That's me! That was the first one. The first one was magic. I was so nervous because here's the thing. I've actually not really told the story before, but I started reacting to Millennial Money videos here on this channel. If you sort by most popular or you scroll all the way back to the very beginning, you'll see those are the first reaction videos I did. And back then, no one was commenting on Millennial Money. And back then too, they were picking people who were just terrible with money. They were making $300,000 a year, spending $6,000 a month on Gucci stuff and BMW i8s, G-Wagons, and I would go and comment on those videos and give my own perspective on things. And then what they started doing is picking people who are really good with money, because that brought a lot of attention to Millennial Money with CNBC Make It, that all the people who applied were good with money because they already were watching the content. And then it became kind of not so fun to react to. But when they reached out to me, I was really nervous because I don't think they were happy with me reacting to their videos, because my reaction videos were getting more views than their original videos. And obviously, I'm not putting in a third of the work that they would put in for something like this. So I was nervous, but they promised me that they're not going to make me look like a fool, and so I trusted them, and it came out great. The second one, though, was nowhere as good as the first. The first was just magical, but that was this video, and led to a whole bunch of just great stuff and connections from this.
My day usually starts between 6:30 and 7:30 a.m. I never actually set an alarm, I just wake up at that time. I grab some coffee and I'm usually straight to my laptop for the first hour or two of the day. I usually spend about 8 to 9 hours a day working on videos.
Look at her place, it's so nice. I mean, I remember I think she gave a house tour a while back in Los Angeles, and that was nice, okay? But Seattle, Washington, you get a nice view. Los Angeles, you get a view of potholes and really high taxes. That's what you get in California.
It really is so different what I spend each month. If I'm traveling and producing a lot of videos that month, it's gonna be a lot more. My rent here, I pay $2,750 every month for my share of this apartment.
That's not bad at all. $2,750 for the amount of money that she's making. Now, here's the thing. $980,000 a year. A lot of money, okay? I have a feeling that's before expenses, and I have a feeling she's hiring out maybe I don't know, 200,000. Listen, point being, she's still making a ton of money, but $2,750 a month, fantastic. Subscriptions, $50 a month, not bad. Car insurance, not bad at all. Health insurance, $385 a month for health insurance. Why? So expensive. So expensive. Jeez. Food, $800 a month on that. Travel, $3,000 a month, $100 a day traveling. Now, I have a feeling a lot of that's for the business, so we could justify that. $70 Wi-Fi, Airbnb $546, okay, utilities $40, random stuff $600. That sounds like could save that money. It's Roth IRA money, but we'll continue.
The utilities are only like $40 a month here. My car is paid off, so I have no monthly payment. I even charge it for free because I've referred so many people from my Tesla videos.
Oh, me too! So I put my Tesla referral link in the description of the video when I went over to Tesla, not even thinking. Like, that was never the intention of making the video, but I just put it there anyway. And what happens is that when you sign up for the link, I think it's 1,000 free supercharging miles, and I got, I don't know, 200,000 free supercharging miles. The thing is, those weren't meant to expire, and then I racked up so many, and I think Tesla was tired of it, that they put an expiration date. So I got like a year to drive 210,000 miles, unfortunately. And then I got to start paying for it.
Travel is something I spend a lot on because my video ideas just take me all over America. I try and use credit card points for my flights, but hotels are expensive. I mean, there were months where I was spending like $8,000 to $10,000 on travel.
Yikes, that's a lot. The thing is that like you really got to make sure your videos perform to be able to break even on that. There's been a few trips I've done, not gonna lie, taking a loss on the video, which is hard when it's like spending a lot of money making a video. And I'm not saying like go pity me, okay? Obviously, taking a risk when I'm going and traveling to make a video. But when you consider just how much work goes in a video, not to break even on it is like, that says something.
When I realized that I could save like over $30,000 by not living in California, I mean, that's enough to have an apartment in California that you live in part-time. It was kind of a no-brainer at that point. $30,000 is a ton of money.
Exactly, that's why so many people are leaving. The state tax is so high, and it's one thing, okay? It's one thing to pay like a 10% state tax rate if you're getting something in return for that. But when you're paying 10%, you're getting potholes, traffic, fires, water restrictions, just a whole bunch of just mess. Why? Why pay it? Where does it go? I don't get it. Why does California make so much money? They have great weather, some of the best real estate in the world, beaches. People want to live here. Why are people leaving? And why do they manage to screw it up so much? Don't get it. I think California could be one of the best places in the world, but here we are. People are leaving, including myself, by the way. That's why I left for Vegas in late 2020, and no regrets. Love it.
I used to think an Airbnb would be like a no-brainer, so profitable, and the truth is it's harder to make them profitable than you would expect. I still think it's gonna work out in the long term, but the first year wasn't that profitable. It was not. It wasn't profitable.
Yeah, that's the thing with Airbnb. It's very volatile and it's feast or famine. That's really what it is. You either make a lot of money or it's just a ton of work, ton of headache. It's not worth it. I would argue for a lot of properties, probably not worth it unless you live in a very touristy area. You go and live there anyway. You want to rent it out when you're not there. Like passively like that, I think it's okay. But as a primary investment, wouldn't do it.
On average, I would say the last 3 years I've made somewhere between $300,000 to $500,000 a year, but 2022 was something else entirely. That was my busiest year. It was really stressful.
All right, what's this? Shelby produced 30 main channel videos and partnered with 15 different brands. Wow. That's why every other of her videos is sponsored. So that goes a long way, especially if she's paying $8,000 to travel somewhere, probably another $2,000 in MISC expenses. She needs a sponsor to be able to do those things, but that is fantastic. It's funny, only 30 videos. I post now a video a day between 3 channels. So my main channel, usually 2 to 3 videos a week. This channel, 3 videos a week, and the podcast, 1 video a week. So there we go. I do 10 times what she's making, but her videos are so good. My videos are just slapped together. It's just me talking and editing, blah, 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 like that. Maybe with a cool explosion here and there. Her videos are more, artistic, better.
I made $981,000 in 2022. It just sounds crazy to say that.
Yeah, of course. When you make that much money, it makes sense to upgrade equipment. Except for me, I still have towels on the lights. I'm not even joking. I've not changed the equipment since I started. Maybe that's some of the problem, though. The podcast, we use new equipment, but my main channel on this, nothing has changed in 6.5 years. Why fix what isn't broke, right?
My taxes for this last year are not finished yet, so I've been saving for a huge payment for that. I've been paying quarterly too, but since I don't live in California anymore, I do keep more of it, and it Not gonna lie, it's pretty awesome.
She picked a good time to leave California. Jeez, you know, here's the thing. If she has $500,000 of after-tax income, her California tax bill would have been, give or take, probably about $45,000. That's a lot of money. She saves $45,000 net in her pocket by leaving and living in a nice high-rise building that's probably cheaper than what you'd pay in Los Angeles. So there you go.
A lot of times I'm wearing multiple hats. I'm doing the sound, I'm setting up tripods, and I'm the interviewer. Like, I think part of the reason that I make a good amount is because I'm doing like 3 or 4 jobs in one.
Yeah, see, that's what a lot of people forget, is that when you're in charge of your own videos like that, you do everything. Everything is on you. In a way, it means that if you screw up, you have no one to blame. I mean, it's you, and you learn from it. But if you were to hire those out individually, those are big salaries. Like if you want a lighting guy, a camera person, an audio person, someone to direct the show. I mean, you could easily hire 4 people that would replace just what she's doing alone. So that adds up.
When I was in community college, a lot of the teachers there just encouraged me to not transfer to a 4-year school. They really could see where things were going. But I never finished college. I don't have any student loans.
That is so smart to be able to go to college, pay for it with YouTube, continue the career on YouTube, and just make and save a lot of money. YouTube just opens up so many doors for so many people. If you have an interest in making videos, I highly encourage anyone to try. It doesn't hurt to try, and you could do it for free. I filmed my first video with my iPhone. Actually, my first few months on YouTube were just filmed with my iPhone. And then when I made a few $100s, I spent that on slightly nicer equipment. And then I made more money, and then I spent that back to buy even nicer equipment. And then my first 30 grand I made, I think I built out that studio that you see that's basically looks like this, and then I upgraded the studio. So I just kept reinvesting everything I made from YouTube back into YouTube to make more money. I think anyone could start for free.
I love the idea of buying a house. I want to fix it up, renovate it, make it exactly how I want it, and I want to pay off the whole thing before the 30-year mortgage. I love the idea of not having a mortgage.
Oh, Dave Ramsey got to her. What do you do? No. My thought is that if you could get a low-interest mortgage, well, first, good luck on that today, okay? If you're getting a mortgage above 6.5%, I would say then it makes sense to pay off the mortgage early. Because, okay, listen to me, hear me out. If the stock market historically averages about 8% with dividends reinvested, why take the risk on that, the volatility, when you could get a guaranteed 6 to 6.5% return buying down the interest rate on your house, okay? I think the risk reward on that, not really worth it, okay? Plus 8% before taxes, then you sell, you gotta pay tax on that. It's gonna be the same thing. So take the guaranteed 6 to 6.5% paying down a mortgage, then investing. Or maybe you split it, you do 50-50. But when you get a mortgage at 3%, 3.5%, I'd probably invest the difference. Just me though.
I really want a renovation project. I really enjoyed that. I've learned a lot with the Palm Springs house, and I feel like I could do such a better job, and I could do things myself and document it and just share everything I've learned.
Yeah, look at James Stradman. He built his entire house, spent a fortune on that house. Turned out great though, but very expensive, but he documented that on the channel. He probably brought in another 500,000 subscribers. He's probably made a few $100,000 in ad revenue off the videos, maybe more with sponsorships. So it's probably balanced out. He overspent on the house, but he probably made all of that back posting videos about the house. I think that could be a fantastic diversification for the channel.
It's a little scary to put it all out there on YouTube, but I do like the transparency. I really appreciate people like Graham Stephan, who I've learned so much from his videos. I know he's watching this and reacting to it. Hey, Graham.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Shelby, come to Las Vegas. We'll get you back on the podcast, Yes Coffee Hour, talk about this. But I love this video so far.
I think it's really cool that our generation can be like that. I do have some more personal finance related ones that I want to do. I don't know, it's just been more interesting to me lately. So if you want to see more of those, hit subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and stuff if you want.
I love it. Okay, now here's an idea for you, Shelby, okay? You do this on other creators, okay? You do this exact format with other people that you know that have an interesting story or are spending a whole bunch of money or make a lot of money. Because right now, CNBC Make It, they're just not doing it. They're picking people who are just not that interesting. Now, here's the thing. The people CNBC Make It does, they're very inspirational. They're really heartwarming stories. There's nothing for me to comment on with those, but they're not that interesting to watch, in my opinion. Again, they're heartwarming, but they don't have that grit. If you did this, Shelby, just go to other creators, do one of these a month. Guaranteed, this is going to be a huge trend. Do it on the Airbnb people that had those little A-frame houses. This would be so cool to be able to do with other people. So with that said, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. As always, feel free to add me on Instagram, hit the like button, subscribe, and you can get a free stock with your sponsor, public.com, down below in the description when you make a deposit with the code GRAHAM. Enjoy. Thank you so much, and until next time.